What's up, family? We have some awesome news to talk about today. We finally have some updated information for our seniors and Social Security recipients. They are on the verge of receiving an increase, a COLA increase for the upcoming year. We just received information from the latest CBO meeting and the predictions are in. Could this mean that our Social Security recipients are going to finally receive the additional $2,400 increase that they deserve? Well, I sure hope so, guys. But before we get started, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button, as it really helps us grow on YouTube. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Starting off, guys, do you remember the executive order that was signed by President Biden at the end of 2021? Yes, guys, he signed an executive order that was going to benefit our Social Security recipients. It was basically meant to improve the Social Security Administration office, as well as using the online system for recipients to be able to get their benefits much easier, making it easier to take a picture and submit documentation that is needed, as well as easier for individuals to actually apply for Social Security benefits. And yes, guys, the new executive order that will instruct the Social Security Administration office to immediately make these particular changes in order to simplify the process and acquisition of Social Security benefits. And yes, guys, according to the White House, that particular order instructs the SSA to develop a mobile accessible online process so that any individual applying or receiving services from the Social Security Administration office can either upload their forms, documentation, provide evidence, as well as correspondence with the individuals that work at the administration office. And yes, guys, that is just one way that President Biden put forth effort to make sure that he is doing what he can to improve the Social Security Administration office, as well as ways that is going to benefit our Social Security recipients. But it doesn't stop there, guys. If you don't also recall that President Biden said one of his top priorities before he leaves office is to make sure that he improves the Social Security program altogether. He says this is on the top list of priorities, and he wants to make sure that this happens before he leaves office. And as you guys know, guys, the way it is turning out, he is going to be a one-term president, which means that his last year is going to be next year, though. But anyways, guys, President Biden is also pushing the effort to go ahead and have Social Security reform, as well as he wants to make sure that our Social Security recipients receive the increase in their benefits, their monthly benefits that they deserve. We all know that the Social Security program hasn't been updated in more than a decade, and that is all because of Congress continues to fail the American people. But anyways, guys, we do have some updated information that I want to share with you today, and that is because right here we have information in regards to the 2024 COLA increase for our Social Security recipients. And right here, as you can see, it says that the 2024 COLA predicted to actually drop by 5.7%, but it could actually save you money on your taxes. Now, don't be scared about this 5.7% drop, guys, because we all know that last year, or for 2023, we actually saw the biggest increase that we have ever seen in over multiple years, guys, 40 years to be exact, which might I remind you that that particular increase was around 8.7%. So now that we are going to be predicting that a drop of around 5.7% only brings it back down just a little bit, guys. But the good news is that it looks like the COLA increase is still going to be above 3%, which we actually received that information in the prediction recently by the Senior Citizens League. But anyways, guys, it says right here that it's almost a sure bet that the 2024 Social Security cost of living adjustment will be around 3% based on the U.S. Department of Labor latest inflation data that came out last week. Overall, guys, inflation in July of 2023 rose to around 3.2% from the previous year, according to the data, which was slightly up from the previous month, but represented a major dip from the 8.5% inflation rate that we saw in July of 2022. But overall, guys, the rate of inflation in July is significantly lower than a year ago. But most older Americans are reporting that persistently high prices still affect their household budgets, according to the results from a recent survey. And yes, guys, the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, which is the CPIW, which is the index used to determine the yearly COLA increase, rose to about 2.6% year over year in July. But because the overall inflation rate is slightly a little bit higher right now, they're saying that is keeping the COLA estimate sitting at around 3%. And like I just told you guys, the Senior Citizens League noted that the CPI data is important because the COLA is calculated based on the inflation during the third quarter, July, August, and September. We just received the first month, guys. We just received the CPI data for the month of July. And now we are just waiting on the data to come for August as well as September to figure out the final numbers in regards to what the COLA 2024 increase is actually going to be. But we do have the estimate and the predictions as of right now, which is sitting at around 3%. Hopefully, guys, we can see those numbers actually go up a little bit, in which our Social Security recipients are going to receive a little bit more than 3% when it comes to the COLA increase for 2024. But outside of that, guys, I do want to go ahead and show you this history of the previous cost of living adjustments or the COLA increases. And this particular article right here dates all the way back to 1975. Now, you guys may have realized that last year was one of the biggest increases that we have seen in over the last 40 years, which was around 8.7%. But let me remind you guys, that is not the highest COLA increase that we have ever seen. And as you can see right here, guys, it looks like 1980, in which the inflation, the COLA increase was around 14.3%. That is one of the largest, if not the largest, ever COLA increase that we have ever seen, in which that was followed by the next following year, which was 1981, in which the COLA increase was at 11.2%. So yes, guys, last year, 8.7%. Yes, it was high in comparison to the last 40 years or so. But prior to that, guys, we did see COLA increases at around up to 14%. Will we ever see that again, guys? Well, probably not this time around, but we can never say never in regards to what the future may hold for our Social Security recipients. But guys, on the flip side of that, we do have some information that recently came out from one of the representatives, which is Representative Larson, in which he had a meeting with Congress, guys, in which I showed you that video in which he pretty much laid it on them. He was going off on Congress, talking about they have failed the American people. They haven't updated the Social Security program in over a few decades, and they continue to sit on their butts and do nothing, even though there have been multiple proposals in regards to reforming Social Security. But yes, guys, Representative Larson actually announced his proposal, which was pretty much called the Social Security Bill, which was a landmark bill, guys, and I believe this was called the Social Security 2100 Act. But anyways, guys, Larson is a huge advocate in regards to improving the Social Security program altogether, which would pretty much include those individuals that are on SSI, SSDI, VA beneficiaries, and all of the above, as well as our elderly and our seniors. Larson said we have got to do something about it. He said right here that Social Security is the #1 anti-poverty program for elderly, for children, as well as disability, that even more veterans even rely on this as well. As Americans are faced with the global pandemic, supply chain crisis, and the rising costs, the Democrats are coming together to announce a plan of action to secure and expand the Social Security program. And Social Security 2100 Act will provide an across-the-board benefit increase for all recipients, ensuring benefits better reflect senior expenses, as well as to repeal the WEP or GPO that penalizes public servants, as well as cut taxes for 23 million beneficiaries, and to extend the solvency of the Social Security Trust Fund by asking Americans who make more than $400,000 per year to finally pay their fair share, or in other words, pay a little bit more, if you will. But anyways, he said that our seniors, our veterans, our children, our disabled Americans are not a political bargaining chip. They need our help right now. He said that I urge my Republican colleagues to join the House Democrats to act with the fierce urgency of now on Social Security. So anyways, guys, that is a little bit of a recap in regards to his new particular plan that he announced just a couple of months ago, which was called the Social Security 2100 Act, guys. And yes, guys, he is also calling for an increase in the benefits for our Social Security recipients, in which, guys, not just him as well as Senator Bernie Sanders, they are both calling for an increase of around $2,400 per year. This is almost enough, in which this is what they actually need, guys. It is still not enough, but it gets us and puts us in the right direction. And Representative Larson is a huge advocate in trying to see this come to fruition. But not only him, guys, as I just stated, that Bernie Sanders is also pushing for this particular effort as well. And he actually introduced his own bill, which was called the Social Security Expansion Act, in which this is one of the most popular and successful government programs in history of our country. In more than 80 years, through good times and bad times, Social Security has paid out every benefit owed to every eligible American on time and without delay. And in 2021, the Social Security lifted around 26.3 million Americans out of poverty, including more than 18 million seniors. Before it was created back in 1935, about half of our nation's seniors were living in poverty. And today, the senior poverty rate is at 10.3%. But anyways, guys, this particular bill was reintroduced by Bernie Sanders as well as some of his other Democratic colleagues, in which they are trying to push forth the effort to give Congress sort of a handout, if you will, for them to make the necessary changes, bring this particular bill to a vote, and hopefully pass this particular piece of legislation, to get it passed and signed by the president, in which we can finally see the expansion of the Social Security benefits for all of our recipients. 70 million people out there deserve and they need something like this, whether it is Bernie Sanders' plan, the Social Security Expansion Act, or either Representative Larson's plan, which is the Social Security 2100 Act. Either one of them, guys, they are both sitting at great positions right now when it comes to improving the system, improving the program to provide additional benefits for our Social Security recipients. And not just that, guys, to also improve the solvency issue in regards to the program, to at least give it an additional 70 plus years or so. And as we all know right now, guys, the program, the trust fund for Social Security, is on the verge of becoming solvent by the year of 2033 or either 2035, whichever piece of data that you are actually using. But overall, guys, we know for a fact, if Congress doesn't take the necessary steps right now to improve the system, to pass new pieces of legislation like these particular two right here that we have just talked about, the Social Security recipients on the verge of running out of money. We are talking about the trust fund running out of money, guys, in which our Social Security recipients probably won't receive the benefits that they deserve, that they were promised to, for working in this country 30 plus years. So anyways, guys, Congress has got to do something, and hopefully President Biden pushes the effort to make or to encourage Congress to go ahead and do the right thing, to go ahead and bring this to a vote and figure out what exactly does the House of Representatives want, as well as what do the representatives of the Senate want, and figure out this thing, guys, figure out what type of negotiations need to be done in regards to these two particular pieces of legislation right here, and make the changes, guys. Get this thing passed. Send it to President Biden's desk for him to sign it. He is only going to be in office for a few more months, guys, so we have got to do something right now versus later. Our Social Security recipients are relying on America, relying on Congress to do the right thing for the American people, for everyone in this country, guys. And hopefully very soon, guys, they will make the necessary changes that is needed to improve this particular program. And hopefully that will include a $2,400 increase for our Social Security recipients. But outside of that, guys, we did receive recently some information that came directly from the Congressional Budget Office, or better known as the CBO. And I do want to go ahead and point out one particular question that was captured during this particular hearing. And I definitely want to share it to you right here. It says that Senator Whitehouse's question about the economic economic effects of a new tax on higher income people and increases in Social Security benefits for retirees. They are talking about this particular piece of legislation that calls for new taxes in regards to those individuals that make more than $400,000 per year. And I'll just go ahead and share with you the particular response right here. It says that the boost to revenues from such a policy would increase dedicated funding for Social Security and to increase benefit payments relative to a scenario in which benefits are reduced after the combined trust fund balances reach zero. Such a policy like this would affect the economy in the short term by altering overall demand and in the longer term by affecting people's incentives to work and save their money. So anyways, guys, overall, that is just saying that the CBO believes that this particular new tax that is being presented right now could actually do huge benefits for our Social Security recipients, as well as those individuals that continue to work in this country, especially those individuals that have been promised if they work 30 years, they will be able to receive Social Security when they retire, which is basically monthly payments. But anyways, guys, that is just one piece of information coming directly from the CBO. So anyways, guys, we are looking very promising right here in regards to providing Social Security increases in the form of a COLA increase for the year of 2024. But again, we still have to get through the months of August as well as the month of September in order for us to find out the final number in regards to what that COLA increase is going to be. Hopefully, it's going to be very promising for our Social Security recipients because, like they stated in the article, guys, we need to bring these individuals out of poverty. They should not be in poverty, guys. They have worked 30 plus years and they were promised if they put in money to the Social Security Trust Fund, they would be able to receive Social Security payments on a monthly basis. What do you think about this, guys? Do you agree with this? What do you think about these two proposals right here that are on the table from Senator Bernie Sanders as well as Representative Larson? They are both good plans, but we just need to bring them to a vote in the House. And then hopefully it gets sent over to the Senate for a vote as well. And then we can figure out what needs to be done to move forward in regards to improving this program altogether. But anyways, guys, I would love to get your take on this. So be sure to take the time out to comment down below and let me know how you feel about the COLA increase for 2024. But other than that, guys, that's all I have for you today. And I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description, such as signing up with Webull, where they are giving away 12 free stocks after you deposit at least 1 penny. Now, the good thing about it is that those 12 free stocks can actually be worth up to $3,000. And all you have to do is sign up, get those 12 free stocks, and then cash them back in and then withdraw your money back into your bank account. Or you can use the opportunity for you to start your investing journey for the future. But either way it goes, this is a perfect opportunity for you to receive some free money. Also, speaking of free money, you can sign up with the Walmart Plus membership down below using my referral link where they're giving away $20 on your first order using the Walmart Plus membership, where you can get your groceries or things that Walmart sells delivered to your home completely free. If you are interested, those links will be down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.